Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all according to your time zone. How was your night? Mine was good. Alright, guys, I don't usually do this. What I have come to do right now, or to talk about, you know, I'm the kind of person that when I see people drag themselves on social media, I don't usually interfere. I have never done that before. I don't do that. You understand? But then when I see people doing the wrong things on social media, I always feel this urge to come and correct it. That is why I am here. That brings me to the topic of what I want to talk about this morning. Why you must not curse. That is the topic I want to talk about. Now, everything in spirituality, everything is energy. Everything represents energy, no matter what. Curse is a very heavy one and a negative one at that. Curse is powerful but deadly. You see, first of all, you need to know that as humans, we have something from God in us, which is in our tongue, in our mouth. The reason why we have been asked to learn to keep quiet. Now, this is how curses works, or curse works. When you utter them out, when you curse, you have sent out evil spirits, you have sent out demon in charge of that kind of assignments. There are always spirits attached to things that you do, negative or positive. But when it comes to negative ones, they are not friendly, they are deadlier. When you lay a curse on somebody, the demons have carried it, have grabbed it. They are going for that assignment to go and deliver what you have commanded them to do. You understand? That's when you hear that someone is cursed. Now, but you, the one laying the curse, if you're not lucky and that curse happens to, you happen to be cursing someone who have protective shield on them, because trust me, it's not everyone that you know. You see everybody, you don't know who is who. You understand? There are people you lay curses at. The curses you sense work on them, bring you satisfaction. Also, there are people that you lay curses at, it will not penetrate. Oh yes. There are some people that have some spirit guiding them. This spirit will not allow any curse from anyone to penetrate them, to touch them. You understand? They have something like shield. How do I put it? Like a fence. It's invisible. You know a fence, how a fence is, like a building, a fence covering a building. You understand? You, the one causing, may not see this invisible fence, but you have sent out your negative energy. You have sent evil spirits out on an assignment to go and deal with this person. You've caused this generation, you've did this, done that, all those causes. When they're coming to this kind of person and they meet this covering, this protective shield on this person, that curse you have laid, or those curses you have laid, will have no choice but to return back to you. The thing is that the curses you have laid has to land, has to get to its destination. The spirits have grabbed it. You understand? They are on an errand to establish what you want. But where the trouble lies for you is, the curses might get to the person, and when they meet the shield protecting this person, they will have no choice than to return back to you. That's what they say, return back to sender. It means that the curses you sent did not penetrate. It returned back to you. But now you will not know that you have cursed yourself. You will not know that you have already cursed yourself. You will think the curses you... No! It's not everyone that you curse that it works for you like that. Some curses go quite well the way you want them to go. But some return back to you. I'll tell you why I said back to sender. See, there's one thing about curses that you must understand. Even if you curse somebody and you succeed in laying that curse, you yourself, you are under that same curse. Do you know why? See how curse works. It's like this. You're fighting with somebody, and then you're holding the person just like I'm holding this pillow. You're holding the person like this and saying, you go nowhere. I'm not going to let you go. You understand? Fine and good. That person is kept in your bondage. Okay? You have seized that person. But you yourself, you're busy holding that person with your energy. You cannot equally go anywhere because you have to keep holding him there. You understand? You have to keep holding this person there. So that means you yourself, you go nowhere. Nadia to off Nadia. If you watch people that lay curses, you watch their life, you see that there's no, you cannot be progressing. You cannot sleep peaceful at night. You have to pay back for it. There's another thing I want you guys to understand that most of you don't know about. You lay a curse and it works for you. You've cursed somebody. Now, who do you think paid for that? Do you think that these spirits you are going errands for you? Do you think that they're taking nothing from you? You lie. They are taking something from you as their payment for doing that errand for you. Especially if you're doing good, you get results for it. You get payment for it. That's the only ones you know. But you don't know that when you're laying curses, you also give payment for it. They don't come to ask for payment physically, but the payment backfires at you. It might be your children. They might not also succeed in life as you have caused this person's generation. What about your children? Do you think your children will progress? No. The spirit that works for you has to take payments for what they have done for you. It might be ill health. They might make you sick. They might make you sleepless at nights, nightmares. It might be poverty. It might be any kind of thing. They will definitely take something. Each time you send them on an errand, negative ones like this, they will surely return to take something away from you as a price for that errand that they have worked for you. Okay, you think it's for free, you cost and then you might succeed, but they will surely come back for something to appease themselves. Nothing works for free in this life. Nothing is for free. You don't know. Back to where I said there are people you must not curse. Now, it's my own personal experience. I want to I want to share with you guys. Okay? Many years back, I was working with my former company then. So that period, I was living in a face me I slap you environment. You understand? Something happened, and then I just came there with my children. So this particular lady that is always fond of me, this particular lady was everybody's enemy in that compound except me. So immediately I came to that compound, she became my friend. Now, note, I don't actually keep friends. I don't keep friends. But how it happened, I just cannot explain it. It was as if she needed a friend. She comes to my room all the time. The day I went to her room, that was after she dragged. So one day I followed her to her room, and then that is how the friendship thing started. You understand? Even though the friendship thing was on then, I still maintained my limits because I came to understand that she is this kind of person that She loved cursing people like tomorrow no day. She can curse for a living. Now, usually whenever I wake up in the morning, I say my morning prayers, pray for my children, and then I go to work. And at work again, I will still say morning prayer. So on that faithful day, I came to work. I think it was on a holiday. My kids were at home. They didn't go to school. My first daughter was 5 years then. So I was at work. After saying morning routine prayer, an hour later, I started feeling this particular urge to pray for my children. Now, I call it an urge because up till now, I didn't know how to say if it's a voice I had or the Holy Spirit talking to me. What I felt was that, the feeling you get when you're thirsty. You understand? You feel like you want to drink water, you go for water. When you're hungry, you will have the sensation that you are hungry, you go for it. This was how I was feeling the urge to pray for my children. That is 1 hour after I resumed work. And I was wondering, why again? I prayed at home, I prayed in the office. Why am I having this feeling of praying for my children? Why am I having the feeling of my kids are in danger? Pray for them, pray for them. Why? Then I said to myself, okay, after all, there's nothing to lose. Pray for my children over again, no problem. It's not a big deal. My dear, I am back on prayer right there in the office. I started praying only for my children. I was praying for them. I was covering them with the blood of Jesus. I was returning back to sender. I was only back to sender. I was just like, whatever it is that's making me have this urge, making me have this feeling, I cancel it. I say whatever is about to happen, I return it back to sender, I return it back to sender. My children cannot be harmed. My children are protected. My children are covered. I was praying only for my children. I prayed and prayed and prayed until I felt like it's okay. So guys, that same day, after work, as I got home, she had my children say, mommy, to welcome me. She now came. I was about to enter my room. She was like, come, I want to tell you something. So I was like, yeah, oh, I'm just coming back. I have not dropped my bag. She said, no, come. Before that to come and tell you, come and gossip to you, I want to be the first to tell you before they will come and gossip. I don't want them to put enmity between us. I said, I didn't want to offend her. But I would have loved to enter my house first. When you're coming from somewhere, I was taught that when you're coming from somewhere, always enter your house first. Put the blessings in your home before you go elsewhere. So I wasn't okay going to visit her, entering her room first before entering my room. But she insisted, so I had to follow her to her room. So I met her sister there, her elder sister there too. So she was telling me that she had been laying curses since morning. I said, you and curse, self. You can curse. This lady is the kind of lady that, face me and slap you. Somebody will come and wear your slippers, or your footwear. The next thing you hear her, she start laying curses, causing the person's generation. You don't know who took it to, but she will curse and cause generation, and cause the person's father, cause the mother, cause that person's life. So she's so full of curses. I didn't even know how to, even though I was her friend, you understand, because she came, I didn't know how to end it, but I was just there, you understand, in her life, not with all myself. Like, I don't like that part of her. She cursed a lot. So when she told me that she had been laying curses since morning, I said, you are cursed. So what happened again this time? She said that somebody pour poop close to her window, that she was cursing. That it was after that she realized that it was my daughter that did that. So when she said that to me, her elder sister immediately said, I shouldn't worry, that it's children. Curses don't get to children, okay? I should ignore that. Nothing is it's okay. So the first thing I asked her was, what time did this happen? When did it happen? Because I want to confirm if it's the reason why I was having that urge to pray for them in the morning. She confirmed it, that it was right about that time. She said it was about 9 to 10, something like that. And at that, around 9 o'clock, that was an hour after I resumed work. That exactly the time that she was laying the courses was the time. Exactly the time that she was laying those courses was exactly the time I had the urge to pray for my children. In other words, all those courses she laid, even though they were telling me that it didn't get to my children, what she didn't know is that all those courses returned back to her own children, because she have twin girls. She have twins. So those courses she laid was actually meant for my own children, but I was used as a shield to protect my children. Course is something that when you send them on an errand, they have to succeed. They will have to get there. Once they are not, once they didn't succeed, they will have no choice but to talk. It has to be somewhere. It has to be fulfilled. So when they come for the person they came for, and the person is not available, or the person is protected, they tend to go back to the sender. This is what just transpired. So as she was laying courses on my children, and I was where I was, defending them, returning back to her, she didn't know. But what she don't understand is that those courses landed back on her own kids. Do you understand? This is why you must not curse. Now, it's been long I left that area. But if I tell you the life of this woman today, she has kept herself in bondage, different bondages, for a long time, because she can cause the... So whatever she's passing through, it starts with her. It's her. She's the root cause of it. Somebody will come and say, check for me, do a for me. Somebody cursed me. Is somebody doing juju on me? Is somebody... They'll be saying check. But check yourself. Are you holding people in bondage? Cause when you call somebody, you're holding that person in bondage, and at the same time you're holding yourself too, because you have to pay for all those work they are doing for you, causing people. You understand? And the repercussion, the karma, always comes back to you. There was a time I used to curse, guys. My own curses are the ones that, if I curse you, now you go trace me. Can't apologize. Say nothing is working for you. I can't begin to remember people that have come to apologize, that I have cursed them. The worst part is that those days I was suffering too. That was why I said you cannot be holding somebody captive and expect yourself to be free, because you have to remain there to hold the person. You understand? That spirit that you sent on the errand will definitely have to come back to you to come take something from you. Okay? For a job well done. I mean, you think it's for free? It's not for free. I've been there when I cursed people in the past. One was going abroad and being deported, going and coming back. Nothing was working for him. His life was shattered. His wife left. So apparently it happened because of the breakup we had, and then I met him years after. So when he was telling me about the things he passed through, I didn't recall the curses I laid on him. When I recalled it was after somebody that was so dear to me hurt me again, made me shed tears, made me pass through a lot of things. Then I started laying curses. After I laid that curse on this person, the person came back to apologize. He went and was told that he hurt somebody. He came back apologizing, asking for forgiveness. So guys, but all I want to tell you right now is that my life became beautiful after I pardoned everybody that I kept under the clutches of my curse. Everybody I kept bound under curse. You understand? So when that one came and apologized with tears in his eyes, kneeling down, I decided to forgive every other person. That was when I now recalled the guy who said he was deported, he has been deported several times from different countries, blah blah. So I recalled it, I laid a curse on him, and I now made general prayer for them. You understand? I won't tell you guys the way I cursed these people, because some of you, if it's about some people that when you say those negative words, that's what they will pick to go and use and do their own. It's wrong. So the same way I cursed them, that was the same way I uncursed them. You understand? Now when I was making this prayer, I was crying, calling on God. I said, forgive me, I did this in ignorance. Right now I want these people to be set free. I want them out of my clutches. I want them to receive their freedom. I was praying and crying, calling on God, shedding tears. It was very serious that night. I couldn't sleep. So everything was okay again. Right now, I don't think there's anybody that's under my clutches. Of course, no, and I will not curse again. Understand? That's why when anybody curse me, if anybody open their mouth and curse me, it will not penetrate, because I am not owing you. I will not curse anybody, and I do not offend you. So if you lay a curse on me, it's bound to go back to you. You understand? That is why you must not curse. Okay? Thank you very much.